Hi, Coco. We are checking out to see the improvements. There's Sniff. She just woke up, so she shouldn't be too much of a squirmer. Hi, Coco. Hi. How are you doing today? You doing good? Yeah. Well, you're still kind of squirmy, but not as bad. With constant little bits of love. Yeah. As you can see, we got her in her new container, which gives her triple the space she had in the pet store. So she's quite happy with that. There's those little balls I like to add. For some reason, hamsters enjoy burying them and carrying them around. And it just gives them a little bit of security. There's Coco. That baby. Yes, you're a sweetheart. Still gotta give you a treat. I've just been using average yogis. Though, if you can find something that they like better, or if you feel like making broiled chicken, that's probably a really good thing for a new hamster. Sometimes they'll take egg, but mainly it's chicken that's overly tempting. Here, Coco. And as you can see, she took it. She's happy. And then a news update on the frogs. Sadly, Duke ended up passing away yesterday because even though the pet store said that they did well with goldfish, one of the goldfish actually ended up taking off one of its arms somehow. So, unfortunately, when we found him, he had drowned, and so we felt really bad. So we ended up burying him with a nice little hole in the backyard. And so he went bye-bye. But the other two frogs, Knight and Hopper, are doing just fine. So we ended up moving them to a different tank. Just for the fact that we didn't want that to happen again, since obviously the goldfish have gotten too big. Not big enough to gulp them at all, but I guess big enough to at least fit their arm, half of their arm in their mouth. So, but on the other hand, like I said, Coco's doing much better on being a little more social. She's able to take that a little bit more. Let's see if I can actually get some different colors that you can see. You could see the white, well, you could see the white on her back. She does have white on her mouth. But you can see there's some white on her back, as well as dark brown. And as you can see on her head, she has black, as well as on her butt, but you can't see that very well. For some reason, her head is darker than on her butt, but. And then she also has kind of a white spot on her belly. Not that big, but big enough where you can notice it. I always like to take it very gentle with these new little guys. That way they know that I'm not there to hurt them. I'm just here to socialize with them. We're just going to move that for a minute. That's the difference between scooping. You could see she was a little bit more calmer than when I go for this approach. When I go for this approach, she gets kind of skittish. And that's what I mean by trying to scoop your new hamster, or to see at the pet store if they have a good temperament. It's better to scoop rather than pick up, because once again, like I did a video way back when, I think it was like at least 2 months ago, could be wrong, anyways, where I told you things you should do and things you shouldn't do with a hamster, just for the fact that they are a prey animal, but they also enjoy protein such as mealworms, so they're technically an omnivore, but they're very low on the food chain, so this also makes them a prey animal, not the top food chain. And so when you come from above, it makes them freak out because of thinking that something's going to happen to them, because most predators come from above. Well, if you go underneath, they don't really see that as big as a threat. Right, Coco? Yeah. Yeah, girl. That's why you'll notice also, even with a more tame hamster, or a tamed hamster, sometimes if you go from the top of them, and you kind of pet down, sometimes they'll kind of cringe just because they don't quite know how to react. And then once they smell you and stuff, they're perfectly fine. And so that's just kind of a tip on scooping your hamster. So it's going to be the end of this video for now. Well, actually, we'll show you the frog's new exhibit because that's kind of cool. We'll be back on that one. Let's see if we can find the froggies here. Kind of completely separated them from fish. Thought we'd give them a little bit of a break. And they're perfectly healthy, so. And they have plenty of stuff to crawl on so that they can get to the top and breathe. And that fact that it's actually a lot smaller room to go up for air than it is in the other tank. So we figured we would give them this tank for now until we can save up for maybe something a little bit bigger. Because I hate keeping animals in a smaller space. But it was the best that we could do for now to make sure that they're safe. So it's better to keep them safe and in a smaller space than leaving them in with the fish in a larger space. So we're gonna say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Yeah.